today we are going to talk about Unix. Now Unix is I can say a kernel of operating system. Okay, Unix is kernel of operating system. So now these terminologies might be new for you. So let's try to understand these terminologies. Okay, we'll start with very basic. What is operating system? Okay, what's its purpose of operating system? Now, in our everyday life, we must be using some or the other operating system. Like mostly we use Windows, Windows 10, Windows 11, or in some cases or in some organization, we might use Linux, Fedora, or Ubuntu kind of operating system, right? So the basic purpose of operating system is makes it easy for users to interact with hardware. Okay, so this is the whole purpose of it. So if you take a generic purpose of all the operating system, what operating systems are doing is it's basically providing you the user interface, this mouse and this all the application. Like currently I'm using this whiteboard application. There are multiple application, this file folder application, Chrome application, and many more. The start window, the start icon, right? Voice recording application. So operating system is bunch of I would say applications which makes user easy to interact with the hardware. So if you simply right click and copy, it will copy all the text and store it into the memory. Okay, or we can say as a RAM. Now RAM is the hardware, and what operation are we performing is storing all the content into the hardware in the RAM, right? So it's simply 1 or 2 clicks. So that's what the purpose of operating system is. Now, if we move towards, what are the components of operating system? There can be multiple components, but for simplicity, I have created this diagram. We are the end user as a users of operating system. Now, what operating system on a high level provides us is it's a user interface. So whatever you are seeing here, right? This close button, minimize, maximize button, this share button. So all this, this mouse which we are using, the keyboard which we are typing. So these user interfaces provided by operating system. Now beneath that, operating system has their own utilities. For example, if I want to copy a file, copy a sample file, I can simply use right click, copy and paste. For example, if I want to copy this file, right, I can simply use the option which operating system provided me. So there is copy option, and again we have something like paste option here. So the file, the new instance of file, new file gets created, and it got stored into the hardware. Okay, but the same thing. So beneath this copy paste functioning, there is some utilities which are already written in operating system which are getting called. For example, if I open this command prompt, okay, now if you see, I'm in the same sample folder here. Now if I do dir, it's one utility which shows all the files which are present. Okay, I see 2 files here. Okay, now if I want to copy and file through the utility, okay, so there is command called cp, which file you want to copy, and what is the new copy, where you want to copy. Let's say I want to copy it to the same directory, but as a file2 name, file2. Okay, so I guess cp is not a command, copy is the command. Okay, you see one file got copied, and if you see here, file2 is also showing here. So it's easy to simply copy paste, but it's a bit difficult to use utilities. That's why operating system provides us easy user interface. Now under the hood, what's happening? It's operating system is communicating to hardware and its associated software drivers. Okay, so RAM has their own driver, hard disk might have their own driver, right? Cache has their own driver, power supply has their own driver. So we don't have to worry about all this. So operating system abstracted all of this for us and simply provided this interface to interact with. Now the main function or we can say heart of operating system is what we know, what we call as a kernel. It is heart of operating system, very important component. Okay, so this kernel consists of all the utilities or all the basic operations which we have seen. So kernel actually holds all the code or all the programs on top of which the operating system is made. Okay, so kernel is very important. Kernel is actually has all the code which interacts with the hardware. Okay, so kernel, we can say it's a heart of operating system. Now there are few types of kernel. If you see here, there are few types of kernel. Uh, you might have heard Windows NT. So all our Windows 10, Windows 11, Windows 7, all these Windows operating systems, they use Windows NT kernel. Okay. Now if you talk about Linux, Ubuntu or Fedora, Linux based system, the kernel is Unix here. Okay, so this is important point. So for all Linux, Ubuntu, Fedora, all those systems or operating systems use Unix, and macOS use kernel called XNU. Okay, so these are type of the kernel. And as in many organization, the servers, the operating systems in the server are installed as Linux. That's why the kernel is Unix. Okay, now we'll see how to install Ubuntu. Ubuntu is one of the operating system in Windows system. Okay, now it might be confusing because Windows is already an operating system. How we can install it? But it's not the actual operating system, but just to get the gist of it, how user interface looks and how to operate. So there is one app called Ubuntu. So if you go to Microsoft Store, here we have to type Ubuntu, and already an app is present to get it. So if you see, there are multiple versions, 22.04, 18.04, 20. This is Ubuntu. Okay, you can install any of this application. I have already downloaded, I guess, 22.04. So I will try to open it, see how that operating system looks. If you see here, I'm logged in as Prasad B user, my user, and this is the Ubuntu window. This is not the normal command prompt of the Windows. This is actually Ubuntu operating system, Linux based. Okay, so this Linux based operating system usually don't have any interface. Like Windows, we have a lot of options, like start option, and there is calendar option. So here only what we can get is the command line. So whatever operations we want to perform, we must know all the commands which used to, or all the utilities, we call it, all the utilities we have to know to execute that particular operation. For example, in Windows, if I want to check my, address bar, what is the path, I can simply find out from here, right? The address bar. But in Ubuntu, we have a command called pwd, present working directory. Now, if you see, in Windows, the address always starts from the particular drive, C drive, E drive, or D drive, something like that, right? But in Linux, it always starts from the slash. So slash is the the master directory, we can say, or the root directory. Okay, from slash, we have one folder or directory called as home, and then another directory called as Prasad B. Okay, so folders in Windows it's called as directories. In the functioning is same, the terminology is different. So these are the directories. Okay, now after that we want to change the directory. Okay, so how we can change it? Let's say cd, and I want to go to, let's say, config directory. Okay, now again, if I do pwd, it will show me these three: in home, Prasad B, and config directory. Okay, so this is how you change the directory. In Windows, what we do, we simply double click on the folder, and we got into this directory. Here, the command is cd. Cd stands for change directory. Okay, If you go cd dot dot, that means go back. It's a back button actually. Go back. Okay. cd dot dot, enter. Now again, if you do pwd, you see again we have gone back. Okay. cd is the second command. Now how to create a new folder or a new directory? There is command called mkdir, make directory, and give some name like sample folder. Okay. Now if you go to cd sample folder and do pwd, now you see the folder got created and we are inside of that folder. Again, let's say go back, cd dot dot pwd. Again, I'm back to this folder. Okay, so mkdir is used to create the folder. And in similar manner, now how to see what all the folders, files and folders are present. Okay, so there is command called ls. You see, if I do ls, it will show me, okay, in current folder, which folder? home/prasadb. In this current folder, I have 4 files. Okay, out of which this is a Python file, this is text file, this is again .py file, and this is a sample folder. So folders are represented in blue. Okay, so 3 files and 1 folder I have. Now I want to go into this folder. Again, the similar command. Okay, pwd, I am inside that folder. Now I want to see what all the files are present in this folder. Again, I do ls, no output, because just now we have created the folder and we don't have any file into it. Okay, now how to create files into this? So there is a command called touch space file name. That's all. So it will create a blank file. I enter and again I do ls. You see the file is here, file.txt. If I do touch file1.txt, again if you do ls, now we have 2 files, file.txt, file1.txt. Okay. Now if I go back, now again let's say I have to create a folder. So what is the command? mkdir new folder. Again if I do ls, you see new folder is here. Now I want to remove this folder. Okay, delete this folder. There is simple command rm and folder name. Again if I do ls, rm -r new folder. Okay, the command is rm -r. Okay, now do ls. Again, there are only 2 files. Okay, to delete a folder, command is rm-r. Okay, and to simply delete a file, there is only rm and file name. Which file you want to delete? File 1 I have deleted. You see, now there is only file.txt. Again, I will remove this file as well. File.txt. Now there are no any files in this folder, in the sample folder. Okay, now there is a copy paste task, right? How do you copy and paste? Let's say I have created a file, sample file, or I'll go back one step back. Okay, to clear the console, we have a clear command, I guess. Yeah, clear command. Yeah, it clears the console. Okay. Now I will see what is my current location. It is home prasadb. I will create a new file. Let's say nf.txt. Okay. Now it is, this file is present under home prasadb. Okay. Let's make sure. Yeah, we have nf.txt. Now what I want to do is I want to copy this file nf.txt into the sample folder. Okay. So there is command called cp. What file you want to copy, nf.txt, and where you want to copy, in the sample folder. Okay, / inside the sample folder. Okay, no any changes here. But if you go to cd sample folder and do ls, you see file here as well. So the file got copied here in the sample folder. Now again I'll delete the file. How to delete the file? Rm command, because this is a file. go one step back, one folder back, pwd to make sure, ls to see what files are available. Now I want to perform the cut paste operation. So I want to cut this file from this location and paste it into the sample folder. The command is mv, move. Okay. cp stands for copy, mv stands for move. Okay. Move means cut paste. Move the file from here to the destination location. Now nf.txt into the sample folder. Now if you do ls here, you will never find nf.txt because it got moved. But if you go to sample folder and do ls, the file is present here. So this is kind of a cut paste operation. Okay. So these are a few basic commands which you want to know. And one more last command is who am I? Okay. So whenever you go to start and see, which user you logged in, you get your username there, right? In the start option in Windows. Similar to that, this command basically gives us which user is logged in. Who am I? Okay. So Prasad B is logged in. And whenever you go to, in Windows to see processes, there is a task. I don't remember. Task manager. Task manager is available, right? To see the processes and performance here. You see all the processes here, right? Which all the processes are running. Okay. Similar utility is present in Linux. I will clear this. That utility is called psaux. Okay. List the processes. It's called psaux. And if you see, all these processes are running currently. So first 4 processes, it gives detailed information, which root is a master user or admin user in Windows terminologies. And this is my actual user. So it just shown that I have used this psaux command as well. So this is like a task manager. Okay. So these are the basic commands which I wanted to cover into this. So what we have covered is pwd is to get to get what current working directory, right? After that, ls stands for to list all files and folders. cd stands for change directory. mkdir stands for make a new directory. rm stands for remove directory. And touch stands for create new empty file. Okay. So these are the spelling is not correct, I guess. It's a touch. Okay. cp stands for copy from one location to another location. Move stands for cut paste, move. And rm stands for remove the particular folder or remove particular file. To remove the folder, we have to use rm-r. Okay. Who am I? Who am I is stands for the getting the current user, which is logged in. psaux is alternate utility for task manager, right? That's what we have seen. Now we have created the empty file, but what is alternative to notepad in the Linux? Okay, so let's say with touch, I will create a new file. Let's say f1.txt. Do ls f1.txt. Now, how to see the content of the file, or how to like open in Notepad in Windows? How to do that? So in Linux, we have something called vi editor. Okay, which is again the command line based. Now, how to open this file f1.txt into vi editor is simply type vi and the file name. Okay, you will see something like this. Now press I to go into insert mode. Here below you'll see the mode, insert mode, and then type something. Okay. Now to save this file, press escape. See, now that insert mode is gone, and press colon WQ to save the file. Okay. Just like Control S we press into the Windows system, here we have to put colon WQ. Okay. Now, how to see the content of file? Again, vi f1.txt. Now you see these are the content of the file. Again, if you have to edit, press I to go into the insert mode. Add the third line. Save it. How to save? Press escape first, then colon WQ. Okay. Now again, if I see, the file is saved. Okay. Now again, let's say you have made some changes, but it is wrong. You don't want to save it. What you have to do is escape colon Q and exclamation. So exclamation, this exclamation stands for close it forcefully, and Q stands for quit. Okay. We haven't put W, that means it will not save. It will forcefully quit it. Okay. The file is closed. Again, if you do VI, see the fourth line, haven't got added. Again, I will simply quit it. So this is core, VI editor and its basic command, which you should know.